Now, ladies and gentlemen, to present the GIVA case study, our next speaker from Safety Lab is Gil Lang.
Thank you for the welcome. It's a pleasure to be here today. I was backstage and I was quite nervous, and my friend John said, just picture the audience and nothing but red socks. So I've gone from nervous to really distracted. So front row, you're not helping. Despite my Yankee accent, I am proudly South African. I was born and raised in Cape Town, and as you can hear, spent quite a bit of time growing up in the United States. I have dual citizenship, which technically makes me African American. I have a background in social development, grassroots social development, as well as behavior change communications in terms of developing and distributing content within the civil society. I also had a stint in advertising. I worked for Crispin Porter and Bogusky. I was an account executive on Burger King and Mini Cooper. So my job was to sell already fat Americans more hamburgers and get them in a tiny little car. A marketeer's worst nightmare. I'm really fortunate to currently work for an organization called the Safety Lab. The Safety Lab is based in the Western Province. We're a social innovations incubator. We design and we test paradigm-shifting approaches to increasing opportunities for safety and security. One of the first things that we did 2 years ago when we started this experiment was partnered with Young and Rubicam, Y&R, in Cape Town. Our partnership with Y&R simply began with a commitment to innovation. We had no idea where the conversation would take us. We had no idea what timelines were involved, what resources were needed, or what we'd output. And actually, this is the key ingredient to innovation. One day, we started talking about the City of Cape Town's Give Responsibly campaign. And what this campaign tells us is, don't give. Don't give irresponsibly on the street. Use other mechanisms. Make a direct donation to a charity that works with people who are homeless or children who are on the street. It's a really powerful behavior change message that lacked a strong mechanism. Surely there was a better way to give, and do so with a touch of a button that still facilitated and capitalized on those human one-to-one interactions. What emerged was GIVA. GIVA is a mobile mechanism that enables responsible one-to-one giving. You get to choose individual beneficiaries within the care of vetted, accredited charity groups. Giver also enables employees of companies to directly participate in giving out CSI resources. Great, it worked. Let's see here. Let's try that one more time. All right. Our insight was simple. South Africans are generous givers. We have the urge to help when we can. We're confronted with this feeling every day at robots and outside of shops. Try that one more time. There we go. For the most part, though, giving money, food, and material goods on the street is irresponsible. It fuels various cycles of dependency. By rechanneling street currency, we're hoping this will encourage more and more people in need to engage with the professional services of charities and other services to gain transformational help, not just mere charity and handouts. Helping those in need who are in process of self-helping is where we believe resources are most needed and will have the biggest impact. Connecting people like you and I with these individual people that have very individualized needs while they're on their development trajectory is both the challenge and the opportunity. There we go. Giver was designed to help professionals within charities and non-for-profit organizations, called NPOs, broadcast the specific needs of the beneficiaries, the individuals within their care. This is based on their professional assessments. These posts are collected and featured on GIVA's need feed. It looks very much like a social media feed, allowing anyone to give responsibly to a legitimate need that will be administered and actioned by a organization that's been vetted and accredited by Community Chess, which is GIVA's operational partner. Only Community Chess vetted organizations can participate. Integrating offline legitimacy through such partners like the Community Chest is essential to online innovation. GIVA helps with immediate needs. For example, a shirt for a job interview, to skills development courses, to varsity education. The choice of what and to whom you can give to is wide and far-reaching. When you give, excuse me for a sec. When you give to an individual, you automatically start following them and will receive updates specifically on that individual and the progress of their status. These updates will be both good and bad. So for example, if you give to the gentleman who's going for a job interview a shirt, on the day he goes for the job interview, one of the social workers or program managers will take a picture of him in his new shirt, and you will receive that update. So we're also taking donor relations to the next level, making it simple and easy for the many social workers and program managers within charities that wear multiple hats. It's really all about transparency, and sometimes that transparency shows that even though we've given something, it hasn't quite had the impact we had intended. Next one, okay. We unfortunately weren't able to do a live demo of GIVA, but we've recorded a little video clip, and I'm going to try and look at the monitor closely here and see if I can talk you through what you're seeing. Let's see if the video is playing. I'll click one more time. All right, there you go. So this is Graham Lang, who unfortunately wasn't able to join us today. This is his GIVA account. Graham, I think, is stuck in a transit lounge with Rory. I think they're drinking beers and probably talking about a lot of us. So this is Graham's GIVA account. As you can see, he's looking at the need feed at the moment. This need feed looks very much like a social media feed. You got 160 characters, you got a thumbnail pic of the individual, it shows the organization that posted it, and for what job category. So you thumb through it like you would Twitter, Facebook, CNN.com. It's a responsive site, so depending on what device you're on, it will obviously adjust accordingly. This looks interesting to me, so I'm gonna click on it. I get a bio on the individual. I get a little bit of a story. Okay? My account is preloaded with GiverBucks, which I can either do through a simple credit card transaction or through the company that I work for, through their CSI resource, they can top me up. So Graham is identified this individual whose story really strikes him, and he gives. It's as simple as giving, confirming that give, and then he's got the opportunity to share that onto his social media space. Now, because Graham signed up just as an individual, it will just say, you know, I was able to help this individual today on Giver, and this is a little bit what it's about. That will feature on his social media space. Now, let's say if Graham worked for a company, and that company was brave and bold enough to say, we want to engage our employees in how we distribute this money. We're going to buy them GiverBucks, and they're going to distribute it on this platform. When they give and share, the company logo pulls through. So thanks to Company X, I was given GiverBucks to help an individual today on Giver. When there's an update on that individual, again, I can share. When I share, my company details will again pull through. Here you see the breadth of non-for-profit organizations that are listed on the platform. Everything from homelessness to street children to sports development to prisoner recidivism. The idea here is we need to treat donors like consumers, and we need to give them an incredible amount of choice. Very much like consumers, we all have very particular giving needs, and that's what we are interested to give towards. There we go. So again, I just wanted to highlight that on the Giver platform, you stay very connected to your investments, because if we're asking people to part with money, we have to treat them like investments. So you saw on there was a tab called My Gives. My Gives is basically it's like a bank statement. You get to see exactly what you have historically transacted on the platform, who you've given to, and within My Gives, you also see all the updates that are connected. I had a great experience with this. About 3 months ago, I gave to a 5-year-old who wanted a new set of winter clothes. She's 5 years old. It was a very cold and rainy day, and the organization that she was connected to wanted to give her some warm winter clothes. So I gave. A couple days later, I got a message to say she has received her warm clothes. I got a message a couple days later with a picture of her in her warm clothes. Then a couple days later, got a handwritten note, again, through the platform, her grandparents thanking the 5 individuals who helped contribute the resource so that her daughter could have her first set, or her granddaughter could have her first set of warm winter clothes. I encourage you to sign up on Giver. It's www.giver.org.za. If you sign up today, for the first 50 people that sign up, you'll get 50 Giver bucks for free. So please do join us and take us up on that offer. Just send us an email, and in the subject heading, put in the digital edge. In closing, join the Givolution. If you're a giver, become a giver. Thank you very much for your time today.